Hello. Today I'm going to talk to you about all the good things that have come from this whole COVID quarantine kind of time period that we have right now. But before I do that, I want to announce the winner from my giveaway from last week. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who entered, and I'm going to insert a clip here to show you who won. Okay. So Noah is going to shake up all the numbers here for our drawing, and she's not going to look. He's just going to reach in and pick a number. Pick one slip of paper. Show us what the number is.
It's 19.
19.
I thought it was.
Okay, so now we're going to go look at the comments and tell you who number 19 is. Okay, so we drew number 19, and then we went down and looked at the comments and counted from the first comment on, and number 19 is my journal as a wife and mom. So you are the winner, and I will reply to your comment in the giveaway post so that it'll alert you. But congratulations. I'm gonna need, well, I'll comment and ask you to send me your email address so I can get that to you. So congratulations. All right, so this video, I was tagged by Katie from Life in the Mundane to do this video that just kind of talks about how we're handling everything right now and what are we doing that is finding the good. So I think I will just kind of talk. Today is my son's 12th birthday, so I'm going to just talk while I make his cake, and then you can just kind of, I don't know, listen. So the things that we have found that are good, I'm gonna start by just chatting for a little bit. I'm gonna say we don't have a lot of things that have changed in our life. We homeschool, so our kids aren't changing from being in public school to staying home. We had very few things that we actually had to leave our house for on a regular basis anyway. We would leave our house on Mondays. We did piano lessons for one of our daughters, and that has just switched to doing online or like through FaceTime. So she still has lessons at the same time every Monday. And then we did Wednesday evening, our kids would have children's choir for church. So they are missing that, which is really sad. Let's see, then on Sundays, we would go to church as a family, and then in the evening, my teenagers would have youth group. And really, those are the only things that on a regular basis we would leave our house for. So not doing those things, I mean, it's kind of lame, but it's not really hit us like, oh my gosh, we're drastically changing our lives. It is the biggest thing that has changed is having my husband home from work. He's still working, but he's working full-time from home. And he has a job where he is in meetings and video calls all day long. So like the first 3.5 weeks of this whole shutdown was really, really hard. There are a lot of us in this house. If you're not familiar with my channel, there are my husband and I and 12 kids who live here. So to have everybody have to be quiet is really difficult. Yeah, we don't have like a room that he can just go off in a basement office or something and make it quiet. So that was really, really difficult. But we were fortunate enough, we started searching like that first week for a different solution because we knew that that was not going to be a good long-term solution. So we found a trailer, which maybe I can insert a picture here and show you what it looks like. That has just become his mobile office in our driveway. So he gets to work from home, but he gets to leave the house and go work from an office, which is like unbelievably better. Because now we get to see him throughout the day, which is a really cool thing that we didn't get to before. We get to see him at lunchtime and just kind of periodically, if he has, 3 or 4 minutes between meetings or something that he can come talk, we get to see him, which is a really awesome thing. So that's kind of a beautiful one of the great things about this time period is that we're getting to spend more time together as a family. And the other part of being together as a family more is my oldest daughter is, she's super social, which is awesome, but she's plugged into all sorts of Bible studies and things, and goes to school full time at the, she's currently at a local community college, but she's also plugged into Crew, which is like a campus ministry. And so she was gone all the time. And now we get to have her for these few months here with us, spending more time, which is really cool. She's still able to be plugged into a lot of those things because they're doing, like everybody in the world, they're doing things through Zoom and trying to stay connected. But it's hard for her because her life has changed a lot. And we've actually also seen my son that moved out. We've seen him a few times, but we haven't been able to see him very much because he's working in school and not living at home anymore. So I really didn't actually get started on this cake. I'm just gonna talk for a few minutes and be done with this and then make the cake. So family time is a huge blessing. We've been able to worship together still as a family on Sunday mornings, which is very cool to still feel connected with our church. Yeah, I don't know. I think the other benefit to this is we've kind of felt the pressure or the long-term, this could have some really big effects in our world. So we buckled down and paid off a bunch of debt, which is a huge blessing to be able to do that right now. But it also makes us feel less stressed about the future. So that is a good that's come from this. Hold on one sec. Okay, kids came in from outside. So kids came in from outside. I can enunciate my words. So we paid off debt, which is awesome. Huge stress relief. And then the only other thing that I can think of that was something that just impacted me personally, fix my camera here, that made I'm not sure how to put this. So every Thursday we are part of running a food pantry. Which I don't know that I've talked about that on here much. But essentially we go once a week to our local giant food bank and we bring a load of food back to our house and we distribute directly to families who are in need. So we have about 20 to 25 families that come here when they need to. And sometimes that's every week and sometimes it's not. But they pick up food and take it home and it's totally free. Just an amazing thing that we've been blessed to be part of. It's a huge time commitment for us. We take one day to be able to do that. And I noticed during this time, people were a little bit more thankful. I don't know. People are always thankful. Anytime we give food away, they are very good at expressing that it's a huge blessing to them. But during this time, you can tell that people are stretching their budgets more, and it's really impacted them more to be able to come and get food. They're just more in need. Some things that, I don't know, food prices are increasing and places are out of, especially those couple of weeks where stuff was out of stock at stores. It was unbelievable. But people would come and they would pick up food and it just, I don't know, it meant a lot to me to be able to see that we as a human race can get together when there is a need and find ways to help each other out. So people weren't greedy. They were willing to say, oh, well, I would love to use this, but if somebody else could use it more, then I'll let them have it. I don't know. And they were willing to be very cautious. They were wearing masks very early on. They would wear gloves if you wanted. They were willing to pick up and take it to somebody who was homebound, or somebody else who worked and wasn't able to make the time slots. They would take it to neighbors or grandmothers. I mean, it was a really, really cool thing to be able to see people networking and blessing each other. So that is something that's very cool that's come out of this whole time. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm not a super chatty, just sit here and look at me and talk. So I'm just gonna end it here, but I'm gonna end by tagging so that this continues. So you can see lots of different people talk about what's going on in their area and ways that they've seen this whole time period impact their lives. So I'm going to tag my friend Jessica at Fields Full House and my friend Amanda at From His Bountiful Blessings. And I will put their video links down in my description, and I will also put Katie from Life in a Mundane who tagged me, so you can go back and see. Just, it's fun to click through and see what people are saying about this whole time period. So have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.